Hello and welcome to the Dragon Den. I'm King of Dragons 5000 and today I have another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the Cyberpunk Fighters Club, Quinn Lee. But before we have a look at the figure, let's take a moment to thank today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Gundamit.com. Action figures, model kits, and other collectibles, check out Gundamit.com with a link in the description. Getting Quinn Lee out of the packaging, you can see that she bears a striking resemblance to the Street Fighter Alpha Chun-Li. That is because Quinn Lee is a third-party Chun-Li figure, and because she's unlicensed, she has to differentiate herself from Chun-Li. But I think the figure looks really good, and she does come with quite a bit of accessories. Quinn Lee is going to come with several sets of hands, a rubber tube top, and a soft goods shirt. She'll also include a lot of effect parts. And Quinn Lee will come with parts to make Chun-Li, as we do get a brand new head sculpt, a brand new torso, and Chun-Li's wristbands. As we take a closer look at Quinn Lee, they did a very good job with the skin tone of this figure. And I really do like the proportions on her, as they gave her a very curvy figure. As we take a look at the head sculpt, it's a very soft, beautiful face sculpt. Her eyes do have this glossy paint to them, which makes them look very nice, and they are movable. The paint job on her face is also done very well, as they did include some makeup such as some rouge on her cheeks. And her pink lipstick looks very good, and overall the paint job on her face is done very well. Her hair is going to be sculpted to her head, where it does look good, and they did a really good job painting it with this nice shade of brown. She does have a small tuft of hair that goes over the right side of her face, and the pigtails are done very nicely. With the Chun-Li accessory parts, they did include the different buns that Chun-Li wears. As we take a look at her body, you can see that the flesh tone on her is done very well, and they did include a lot of nice subtle paint. Her tube top is going to be a rubber appliance, and it does fit the body very well. It is removable, and her chest is anatomically correct. Her abdomen is going to be nicely sculpted, as it's very well defined and well toned. Even the detailing on her back is done exceptionally well with a very good paint job. The Chun-Li torso is going to be done very well, as it does replicate Chun-Li's attire from Street Fighter Alpha 3. She still will be wearing that Chinese shirt, which is done in a lighter blue, and I really do like the yellow accents. There is some darker blue shading on the lighter blue, and it looks very good. The abdomen part of this body is going to be the exact same as her base body, however it's done in blue plastic. And she will have the yellow pinstripes on the side of this torso. Her arms are going to carry over that fair skin tone with that really nice shading. The shading is nice and subtle, but it brings out all the details on her arms. She is going to have these well-toned arms, and you can see all the muscle grouping from her biceps going all the way down to her forearms. Quinn Lee is going to be wearing a pair of blue skin-tight leggings. The leggings are done in this very nice deep blue, and I really do like the sculpted detail on her legs. Even some of her more defined assets are going to be well sculpted here. And as we go down the leggings, you can see they did a really good job adding some shading with some lighter blue. And she will have that yellow pinstripe running down the sides of her leggings. She is going to be wearing a pair of yellow and blue sneakers, which are done very nicely. The sculpt work is very clean, and they added so much detail to the shoes. Unfortunately, her feet do seem a little bit small. Overall, Quinn Lee is going to have this superb and excellently sculpted body, and it's only highlighted by this amazing paint job. The subtle shading on her skin as well as her leggings just brings out all that sculpted detail on her muscles. And I really love the detailing on the Chun-Li body, as it's very accurate to Street Fighter Alpha 3. So with the amazing paint and amazing details out of the way, let's compare Quinn Lee to our usual suspects. As you can see, Quinn Lee is going to be scaled in true 1/12 scale, so she is smaller than domestic toy lines. She will scale nicely with other 1/12 scaled action figures, as well as the Jada Toy Street Fighter line and the Storm Arenas line. Quinn Lee is going to have a double ball hinge in the head and a ball joint in the neck, a ball socket in her shoulders, arms hinge out to the side and do a full 360. She has a swivel in the bicep and a double hinge in the elbow, a ball hinge in the wrist. Quinn Lee will have a double ball joint in the upper torso and a ball joint in the lower torso. Her legs will kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. She has a double bend in the knee, a ball hinge in the ankle, and finally a toe hinge. The Cyberpunk Fighters Club Quinn Lee is actually a very good figure, and I love the amount of details that this figure has. Although this is a third-party action figure, I do love the fact that they do include the parts to make your Street Fighter Alpha 3 Chun-Li. Overall, I'm very excited to have this figure, as she does come with quite a few accessories, and I love the effect parts that she comes with. One thing to note is because this figure was delayed a few times, they did decide to give her movable eyes where the original figure just had static eyes. Despite the fact that this is a third-party figure, I really don't have any issues with the plastic used, as it does feel like a very sturdy figure. Add to it the smart use of softer plastics in the crotch piece does allow for the hip movement to be very good. One detail I really do like is that they did include spare shoulder joints. And getting a figure that's standalone is very good, as well as an alternate Chun-Li. I really have no issues with this figure. The only real issue with this figure in particular is that she is starting to sell out at every retail. I did get my Quinn Lee from Gundamit.com for about $94, however at the time I'm making this video she is sold out. You can register to have an availability stock notification, and if she does show up they will notify you. If you were fortunate enough to pick up Quinn Lee, you have a very amazing figure in your hands. And before we wrap up this video, a huge shout out to Gundamit.com for sponsoring this video. Gundamit.com has a huge selection of first-party and third-party action figure model kits and other collectibles. If you're looking to grow your collection, check out Gundamit.com with a link in the description of this video. So with that being said, thank you for watching another video here on the Dragon Den, but before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other action figure videos. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm KingofDragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.